Okay, we're going to take a look at linear function and systems review so that you can do some guided practice on your own. First, you want to look to see if you are in slope-intercept form. So remember y equals mx plus b, m is your slope and b is your y-intercept. So you go to your y-intercept first, -2. If the slope is positive, you're going to go up 2 and then over 3. And I'm just going to plot a couple points so that I can connect them for my line. If it was negative, you would have gone down 2 over 3 and your line would have gone in this direction instead. On B, we're not in slope-intercept form, so my first step is to distribute this 2x plus 8, and my second step would be to add 1 to the other side. So y equals 2x plus 9. 9 is my y-intercept. I go up 2 over 1 and plot some points. Notice these are both positive slopes, so they rise as you read it from left to right. And y equals 4 is a horizontal line at 4 because it really has a slope of 0 and a y-intercept of 4. A function is when each x has only one y value. So in part A, each x only has one y value. It's okay if they have the same y value. It's like students going to the same class. So 1 is going to art class, -9 is going to art class, 10 is also going to art class. So yes, it's a function, and its domain are just the given x values. So the domain is 1, -9, and 10. The range is just the given y value, so it would be negative or just +5. On part B, this is not a function because -2 doesn't know where to go. Should it go to art class or should it go to gym class? So this one is not a function. Function notation we should be really good at by now, but plugging -2 in for x or plugging 1 into x. So I would have 2 times -2 plus 6. -4 plus 6 is just 2. 2 times 1 plus 6. 2 plus 6 is 8. Hopefully that is a strong skill of yours by now. Number 4, Bill and Ted are starting a business tutoring students in math. They rent an office space for $400. So this is a cost. They charge $40 per hour. This is something that they receive, revenue. Write an equation in slope-intercept form to model this situation. So basically, what is their profit? Their profit is going to be $40 for every hour, and they're losing $400 for the month by paying their rent. So this is their charge per hour per student, and this is their kind of their loss, their rent, or you could say it's their startup cost. So they each have 15 students for 1 hour per week. How much profit do they make? So there's 30 total students that are coming 4 hours for the month, right? Because 1 hour per week. So 30 students times 4 hours sounds like 120 billable hours. So y equals 40 times 120 minus their rent. So they make $4,400. $2,200 a piece is not too bad for only working 15 hours per week. So let's do a review of how to use substitution. Your goal is to get one of your variables by itself. So start with the easy variable. X is easy to get by itself in the second equation. You're just going to subtract 2y to the other side. Now you're going to take this value and you're going to plug it in for x in the top equation. So you're substituting it in for x in the top equation. So your new equation would be 5y plus 6 times 4 minus 2y equals 17. So I've copied the top equation and I've substituted in 4 minus 2y for x. Now you're just going to go and solve for y. 5y plus 24 minus 12y equals 17. 5y and negative 12y, negative 7y, and I'm going to subtract this 24 to the other side. 17 minus 24 is negative 7. So I have negative 7y equaling negative 7, so that tells me that y must be 1. I still have to solve for x. So you can plug it in wherever you want, but for substitution, if you plug it into this, it'll get you the answer the quickest. Plugging in 1, I get 4 minus 2 is 2. So x must equal 2. So 2 comma 1 is my final solution written as a coordinate. And if you notice, if you plug it back in, 2, you'd get 12 here plus 5, that's 17. And if you plug it in up here, you'd get 2 plus 2 gives you 4. So it should work when you plug it back in. Elimination is different. So for elimination, you want your equations lined up on top of each other. And so I've got my x's lined up. So I'm going to subtract this 3y to the other side. So I have negative 4x minus 6y equals 10. 2x minus 3y equals negative 5. See how they are lined up now? If I add them together, will anything get eliminated? No. So I need to multiply one of the equations by something so that one of the variables will get eliminated. In this case, I'm going to multiply 2 times the bottom equation. 4x minus 6y equals negative 10. I'm just going to lightly cross that one out because I now have this top equation and this bottom equation to add together. That adds up to 0. So I have negative 12y equals 0. So y itself must equal 0. So now I need to plug that into one of the equations. So I'm just going to plug it in up here. 2x equals negative 5 because 3 times 0 would just be negative 5 on this side. Looks like x is negative 5 halves or negative 2.5 comma 0 is my final solution. I have 2 to solve graphically. The first one is in slope-intercept form, which makes it easy to start graphing. So start at 2 on the y-axis and go up 2 over 1, down 2 over 1. Try to dot a lot of points so that you can easily find the intersection point. And then x minus 1. So I'm going to negative 1 on the y-axis, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1. It looks like that's where they hit. At negative 3, negative 4. Does that sound like it will work when I plug it back in? It works in equation 2. That would be negative 6 plus 2 is negative 4. Yeah, so I checked that it worked because it was kind of hard for me to see it. Number 8, solve by graphing. So the first equation is in slope-intercept form. We need to put the second equation in slope-intercept form. So subtract 4x to the other side. And get y by itself, I would have to divide by 2. So do you notice anything about this top equation and this other equation? And if it doesn't stand out to you, it might when I start graphing it. So I'm going to start at 4, and I have a slope of negative 2. Then I'm going to start at 1, and I have a slope of negative 2. What happens when you have parallel lines? There is no solution because they will never intersect each other. All right, and then I've got 2 application problems, and then you're on to the guided practice. So the Key Club ordered pizza and soda for their meeting. Their bill came to $65. They ordered 24 items total. The cost of pizza was $12.50 and the cost of soda was 75 cents. How many pizzas and sodas did they order? You have to define your variables. So I'm going to say X is pizza and Y is soda, just so I can keep track. They ordered 24 items. X plus Y has to equal 24. And I need a money equation. Each pizza is $12.50. Each soda is 75 cents, and they spend $65. Looks like it's set up for elimination. You could also do substitution. I'm going to multiply the top equation through by negative 0.75. So I would have negative 0.75x minus 0.75y equals 24 times negative 0.75 is negative 18. And now I can add the bottom two equations together. So $12.50 minus 75 cents is $11.75 x equals 65 minus 18, 47. Divided by 11.75, x has to be 4. So that is 4 pizzas, and then I would have the difference in sodas. So I must have 20 sodas because I remember I had 24 items total. All right, and the last one at Hawk America, 5 pair of pants and 2 sweatshirts was $166. Well, 3 pair of pants and 4 sweatshirts was $164. Find the cost of 1 sweatshirt. So we need the cost of these items. So we're going to say X is pants and Y is sweatshirts. We basically have two money equations. 5x plus 2y equals 166. And 3x plus 4y equals 164. So what I would do is pause the video and see if you can figure out how to solve this and then come back and see that you got it correct. So now I'm going to go through the solution. To me, this is set up for elimination. And I'm going to multiply the top equation through by negative 2 so that my y's will go away. Negative 10x minus 4y is equal to negative 332. Negative 7x equals negative 168. So my last step is to divide by negative 7. So I have x, pants, I guess I should say, are $24 each. So now I need to plug that in up here. So I'm going to do 5 times 24, subtract it to the other side, and solve for y. So 166 minus 5 times 24 is 46, and that would be 2y. So y must be $23 for a sweatshirt. So now you should be able to try the guided practice. Good luck.